Well, hello everybody, and this is an Offerholder screencast for the MA Education within the Institute of Education at the University of Reading, UK. First of all, let me say congratulations on receiving an offer to come and join us on the programme at the MA Education. And I'm just going to do a short screencast on things that might interest you to help you make your final decision. As you'll see on the slide there, my name is Simon Floodgate and I'm the Programme Director of Postgraduate Talk Programmes, which includes the MA Education at the University. Just a reminder of why you might consider coming to the IOE, Institute of Education, and why Reading. We are very high up in league tables. We're in the top 200 for education and teaching in the world. And within the UK, we are within the top 25 of UK universities in the QS rankings. And these are some of the reasons why. We've been offering postgraduate education courses for a long time. We're very experienced in it. We have a strong education community with a lot of teacher training going on within the Institute of Education as well. Placement opportunities. We are a research-based course. You'll learn all about how to do education and social science research. In fact, that's the kind of spine of the program, really. We have a diverse student body with students from around the globe joining part-time students who are home students, who are actual professional teachers, school teachers, all together on the program. We've got a beautiful campus I'll tell you all about. And you would get an accommodation guarantee for a room in halls if you accept your offer by the 1st of August. The other really good thing about us, apart from the way that we run the program, of course, is that we have a beautiful location. We're very close to London. It's only 23 minutes on the train to London, so very easy to go up for the evening or for the day. We're only 45 minutes on the coach to Heathrow to get planes in and out of the UK. We're also very close to Oxford, to the coast, the south coast, Bournemouth, Southampton. It's very easy and very quick to get to Wales and to get to other parts of the UK if you were here for some time and wanted to tour around and see the country. We're on the London Road campus, which is a mere 10-minute walk, possibly quicker if you're a fast walker, into the centre of Reading. So we have two beautiful campuses. Our programme is based on the London Road campus, which is nearer to Reading Town Centre. And then we have the main White Knights campus where the Students' Union is based and our wonderful revamped library is based, and most of the kind of student accommodation, the halls of residence are up that way as well. And there's shops and bars and restaurants. So range of things. I'm going to show you some slides now, some photos from the two campuses. So this is the London Road campus from above. You'll see that domed bit there is the Great Hall where all the graduations happen and everybody puts their gowns and mortarboards on. And these are all shots from around our beautiful green campus. And I mentioned the main campus, White Knights. Again, this is White Knights from above. You can see we've got a really huge kind of lake, and you can see how green the site is. And we regularly annually win awards as a green site in the UK, and we're right up the top as one of the greenest university sites. That's our library. As I said, it's been completely revamped in recent years. Wonderful cafe there, but some gorgeous little study spaces and group study spaces to make use of. And various other places within. There's the lake, our beautiful university. Now, important things to note that if you want to enroll in the programme, find accommodation, sort out funding, fees, etc., you can go to our Essentials website, which is website address is there at the top. Within that, there is a focused area for international students, which will talk about arriving in the UK, issues around visas, bringing your family, and how to make contact with other students. Lots and lots of really useful information. And you can contact our admissions staff through the Me at Reading portal or via the postgraduate admissions, PG admissions at reading.ac.uk, with any kind of finite little detailed questions around how to actually apply. And remember, not long left to actually confirm your offer. So you can do it through these sites. So some important dates for you to note as you're planning ahead, and this might help you to decide to make a decision. If you were thinking of coming into the country with family or relatives, you would need to be looking for private accommodation now up to July. So that might help you make a decision. If you want guaranteed university accommodation, so a room in halls, that has to be confirmed no later than Friday the 1st of August. So again, a really important deadline. So you can't leave your decision for much longer, really. Then, if you're coming or when you're coming, Monday the 22nd of September is an important date to note because that is the beginning. That's when you need to be here in person on campus, and there will be sessions through that week about the course, the program, about the university, social things. We will actually be running a kind of welcome month for MA in education with lots of events spread over that time. So we're not going to cram everything into that week, but that's really important time to move in, locate yourself, start to make friends, start to understand what you need to do. Really important to be here then. And then from the following week, Monday the 29th of September, that is when in-person on-campus teaching starts at London Road. Your modules would begin. So yeah, important timeline. It's all coming very quickly. So we are known for our strong student support, our pastoral care. You'd have a dedicated academic tutor who you could email and meet whenever, organise to meet and talk about any issues affecting your studies. We've got a dedicated academic English programme that would support you with your written English on assignments and certainly into the dissertation. We have a very strong study advice team, and you can actually, there's a programme of events, but you can also organise one-to-one study advice. You may become a student representative on the programme, but you would certainly have student reps if you're not one who will represent you at meetings and if there were any issues you needed to raise, that they could raise them for you. And we have a Reading Students' Union, which provides not just social events, but a range of support, all kinds of support really, for you whilst you be studying here. So why this course? Why make that decision now that you've got a place, now you've been offered a place on the programme? Well, 100% of our students, when evaluated about the course, they state that they're satisfied with the quality of the programme. They've enjoyed it. There are, as you'll see in a moment, specialist pathways that might suit your specific interests and are related to staff research expertise. But you'd also gain a very broad understanding of education study and particularly how to research in education and social science. That's what this programme is all about, is research. We've got flexible learning options. You'll probably be coming in full-time, but you'll be working with part-time students. Some of our lectures take place in the evenings, 5 till 7 p.m. in the evening, twilight as we call them, so that part-time students can work with full-time students together. Our class sizes are still manageable. You wouldn't find yourself in a hall with hundreds of students, more likely under 50, possibly around 30 in the class. So it's much more of an interactive education environment. And we've got excellent study resources. I've mentioned the library already. Hopefully it'll meet your personal career aspirations. I'm going to say a little bit about that now. So what are you thinking of doing in the future? What might Reading set you up for? Well, you may be thinking that you're going into teaching, or you already are a teacher and you're developing your practice. It'll certainly support you in that. And as I said, we have other programs around us which are specific teacher training programs. Those students are on the same site and around you. It will help you to develop those academic skills in research and data collection and analysis. You might be interested to move forward into management, such as school headship or education leadership. You might want to go into kind of policy and government in that way. There's all sorts of options that are open up in higher level leadership. It might provide you with a change of career focus, and you may even get excited by education research and want to go on into doctoral study, into a PhD, for example. And there are opportunities for you to do placements with our Students in Schools program, so that you can get a taste of working with students actually in schools. So how to plan your study, just a reminder, I'm sure you know, it's 180 credits at master's level, 120 of those from talk modules, and 60 from your 15,000 word research dissertation, which is everything is channeling towards the end of the program. If you're coming as a full-time student, which I'm guessing you will be, it's full-time, 12 months, starting in September and finishing the following September when you submit your dissertation. Part-time students have a long spell to do it, but that's actually reducing slightly. And as I said, part-time students will mingle with full-time students in some of our twilight sessions. So I mentioned earlier the different specific pathways that we offer. When you enroll, you'll enroll on the general MA education program, and you can stay on that. You can stay, and that's the award that you would get. But you can choose a specialist pathway, and these are the pathways you can choose from: early years education, inclusive education, leadership and management, or creativity in education. And I have colleagues who have expertise and research expertise in these areas who deliver and lecture on the program. So if you choose to switch to one of these, you would need to take the optional module, which relates to the pathway, and you'd also need to focus your dissertation topic on that pathway as well. But that still leaves you very, very open scope with what you do for the dissertation. So with all our modules, there's a focus on research. It will develop your knowledge of education research, but those are linked very much into real world examples in both teaching and learning of children and adults. So not just in schools, in different contexts. As you know, suitable for both full-time and part-time study. And there's a range of modules. I'm going to go on to those in a moment that you can choose from. So your 180 credits are made up from these two core modules you have to do: investigating education and analysing education research data. And they introduce research methodology in education and lead you through into how to analyse your data that you've collected and set you up nicely for your 15,000 word dissertation, which is also compulsory. You do 80 credits of optional modules. So as a full-timer, 2 in the first semester and 2 in the second semester, and you'll have a range to choose from. But remember, if you want to go down the pathway, you've got to choose that specialist optional module as well. Here are the optional modules: child development and psychology, families and education is the one for the early years pathway. We've got a new module coming this year we're quite excited about: education for social sustainability. So it's not looking so much about climate, but more in terms of relationships and social relationships and governance and how we educate for that. What are our values and our practices within that? The creative educator, which is very hands-on, practical creative exercises, feeds into the creativity strand. Future leaders in education is obviously the leadership strand, and education diverse groups is for inclusive education. So if investigating education, I've mentioned, is a core module, and this is the feedback from one of the students who took it this year, and they said, the ability to discuss ideas with other students has been excellent and has hugely contributed to my learning. Seeing real examples of the strategies in action made these more relevant and easier to see myself actually doing. Having different lecturers speaking about areas which they either had been involved in or had lots of knowledge of was very welcome. Lecturers made a real effort to support and engage all students, providing tasks we could discuss and moving around the room. And then one of our optional modules I mentioned, if you wanted to do the creativity in education pathway, you'd need to take this. And this was a student who was a little bit surprised, I think nervous about creativity, and surprised how they enjoyed it and how important they realised it was. And they said, "This is the most interesting module I have ever participated in. It has been divided into different parts with various professors. Each class motivates my interest and curiosity. Moreover, how to be creative is important for an educator, yet can easily be ignored. So as a future educator, I need to cultivate my creativity in order to teach my students." So I hope that might excite you, or at least make you curious. All of our modules have 250 hours of study. 25 to 40 hours of those are specific tutor-directed time, mostly face-to-face lectures, but some online tasks, and the rest is made up of self-directed study and reading. Our sessions take place at the London Road campus that I talked about earlier. So this is really drawing to an end now, and if you have any further questions, you can contact me directly, s.floodgate@reading.ac.uk. I'm very happy to meet with you one-to-one for a brief online chat, but I also have some drop-in sessions on the 24th and 26th of June, so watch out for information about those. General programme inquiries through our admin team, ioe-ma@reading.ac.uk, and then we have the website to find out a little bit more about education and our range of programmes in the Institute of Education. Of course, we have social media as well, your Facebooks, your X's, and so on and so forth, Instagram, that you can also access and find out more about us. We've got a very interesting short video coming out from a recent student who has now gone on to be a lecturer himself and really thoroughly enjoyed the programme. So I hope that entices you. And remember, if you're going to accept your offer, you need to do it ASAP, as soon as possible. Accommodation and halls has to be booked by the 1st of August. So I hope that helps you to make your decision. And again, do contact me or us if you'd like to know any more and have a personal one-to-one as well. Thank you very much for watching and for listening. And whatever you decide to do, I wish you very good luck for the future.